Welcome to Marianne's Morning Talk. Today I have a very special guest. Sam Paris, Westcon Comstor's VP Lifecycle and Recurring Offers and Channel Transformation, is here to talk about some cool new programs and solutions. Welcome, Sam, to my Morning Talk.
Good morning, Marianne. I'm very excited to be joining you this morning.
You have been working at Westcon for over 15 years, with a small break in between. What got you interested in working in lifecycle management?
Yeah, and I think, firstly, I think it's good to say I have been with Westcon for over 18 years, and it's been a wonderful experience, and I've had an opportunity to see the world and meet many of our Westcon colleagues across the world. So it's been a wonderful journey. But Lifecycle for me started about 5 years ago as Cisco started to engage with an organization called TSIA. They are the Technology Services Industry Association, and they're an industry body that tracks services and cloud, if you like, integrators and how the transition of that industry to X as a service. So they have written or published many white papers and books, and they coined a certain motion called LAER, Land, Adopt, Expand, Renew. And as Cisco started to engage in this motion with TSIA, I got very interested because I saw this as, as we need to transition around recurrent offers, X as a service, it gave me a model that I could see we could apply to a business, and a proven model that had worked in many as a service businesses before. So that really started my journey, TSIA, the understanding of the layer, and really, I think what kicked it off for me was the exciting opportunity around renewals to begin with. Over 30% of our business is renewable, and at the time, there was a definite need to invest in how we maximize that opportunity not with us, but with our channel partners too.
I think, by the way, that Westcon is as well part of the TSIA, correct?
Yeah, really exciting to announce actually signed the membership with TSIA. It's a new practice. TSIA have 13 practices, but this new one is called X as a Service Channel Optimization, led by a lady called Anne McClellan. And excited to join TSIA this week. Yeah, and we're about to go into a nice partnership with them, which is very exciting.
Congratulations. Can you tell me a little bit about Westcon Circuit? From what I understand, it's a unique lifecycle management framework that helps our channel partners to manage customer success and drive additional revenue at every stage of the product lifecycle, from adoption to expansion, tech refresh, and renewal.
Yeah, that's correct. I think the way, as we've come to learn about the layer model, and it's been implemented by many of our vendors, we see a transition in the market, and talking to the leadership at our vendor partnerships too, we see the end user changing. We see the end user buying by line of business, expecting a business outcome, looking for OpEx type transactions, and managing IT in a different way. And in regards to that, vendors have been changing too. They've been buying as a service organizations or building products, software subscription, SaaS and cloud. And what that's driven really is a need in the channel for a transition, a transformation, if you like. The channel now needs to be really good at managing data. They've got to have data, telemetry, insights that allow them to execute on new lifecycle models. They have to understand the layer model themselves and how it works in their business. They have to start thinking about how the products we sell reside in a public, private, and hybrid environment, and how they relate to the cloud providers out there today, because a lot of X as a service products, as you know, reside in the cloud. And I think finally, to support that, the partners have to get a good grasp of or change their business models in regards to purchasing and billing. Going from the traditional CapEx one-time sale to periodic to consumption. These are difficult transitions, and that's our job. Our job is to enable that. So, we as a framework, I think we call it solutions lifecycle management in terms of what we do. And the framework we've built, we've called the circuit, to give it a name, if you like. But you're absolutely right. That's us ensuring that we provide the billing process to our partners, the purchasing and billing process. We provide the information and guides to allow our partners to drive an adoption conversation with the end user, manage upsell opportunities or expand, renew the products and re-sign the subscriptions and refresh technology in the install base. And our job, to be very clear as a distributor, is to equip and enable our partners at every step of that life cycle. So really that's what the circuit is in essence, and how life cycle works in our business.
So Sam, I know that in last year you have more of our security vendors onboarded on Circuit already. So the last weeks we really started to onboard as well the networking and collaboration vendors. So what I'm very proud of, and I've seen what you have created there, and it's really great. We are working now with our vendors like Juniper, like Extreme, like Avaya to build that Circuit program as well. And then it will be a really good thing to help our partners. So as you are a proven leader in developing channel programs and solutions for customers and partners, are there any other exciting new developments you are eager to tell people about?
I think the important thing for our channel partners out there is how this affects them. We've created a framework, but how does it work for you? Ultimately, we've created some tooling in our business to capture the really important data I talked about. This all starts with data. It's so important. And we've got to bring data together from our vendors, from our own transactional information and contract and licensing databases. And that allows us in a workflow manner to follow up with our partners in a structured, guided way after they've acquired a software or a SaaS solution. We can go to a partner and say, you bought this SaaS solution last quarter, 2 quarters ago, and you should be driving this adoption, this expansion, this renewal, this refresh motion. And the thing is, we've created a tooling for our own sales guys in the channel. So our own BDMs and account managers in our teams will be equipped through automated tools with guides, with playbooks that allow them to, again, enable and equip partners at every step of that life cycle. And really, that's the key to it. The change in the model is no longer just being there in that new sale, but continuing to stay in touch with our partners through the life cycle of the solution. Yeah, and we've created a tooling to do that. So I think that's the key for us. And that's where we bring the value.
And I think you have already some very good experience with Palo. And perhaps you have an example how great that is, because I see there lots of positives coming out, and I know that our other vendors are really keen, that their programs are imported now into the circuit as well. And one thing what you just mentioned is very important is automation. So how important is automation to enhancing our partners and customers' offer and solutions?
Yeah, for me, the most important thing about automation is the more automation you drive, the greater time we have of our own people to spend time with our partners driving revenue generating opportunities. Yeah, the more time we spend on operational stuff, the less time we have working together to drive those new solutions, new sales, and new motions like Lifecycle, for example. So automation's got to come through the quote process, through the order process, and through the workflow. And Lifecycle is a new workflow, where we want to prompt and drive activities for people to do things throughout the life cycle of a solution. So automation's key because it allows our people to talk to the channel, and that's the wonderful thing about it, and that's the value I think we need to bring.
So the COVID pandemic severely limited all travels over the past few years. You used to travel for business a lot. Is there anything you are looking forward to once travel starts up again?
Yeah, good question. And I did travel a lot. I think I traveled 3 weeks out of 4, and I have a young family too. I live in the UK. My family were born in Singapore, so we have an international family. My wife is Dutch. My kids have Dutch and English passports and born in Singapore, as I said. But I think the most important thing for me, or the really important thing for me, I would like to experience is having fun with my colleagues. We engage and we get work done. This working in a virtual way, I think, has allowed us to be more productive in some ways. But I'm really looking forward to getting and having some fun with some of my colleagues, enjoying our time together, and having a bit of a laugh. Really, I think that's really important. We spend a lot of time at work, and to have that fun time with and enjoyment with your colleagues is good. So that's what I'm missing.
Yeah, that is what I'm missing. So I think we have not seen us more than a year now. Such a long time. But I fully understand what you said about traveling. I was as well 3 weeks out of 4 on the road, and I enjoyed the time with my kids as well.
Thank you for inviting me to your morning talk.
Yeah, and thank you for being there, Sam. No problem. Really good things about Circuit and what is coming. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much.